Hello everyone, it is Tuesday, August 29th, which means we are probably like 2 days away from the beginning of September. Wow, isn't time just going by super fast? Well, it went by even faster if you played the first weekend of the World War II beta, which was astounding and which is exactly what this video is going to be about. But before I start, now I'm sure a lot of you have seen people on YouTube do videos of World War II gameplay or montages. So, but if you're one of those possibly few percentage that haven't, and you don't want any spoilers, and you want to actually wait till this weekend to play if you're on Xbox, steer far away from this video because I'm basically going to talk about a few things of the beta, like weapons, score streaks, and a little about the divisions. I know everybody, other big YouTuber has been talking about it, but I'm just going to be the super duper small one and just kind of throw my 2 cents in about what I think of it, what could change, and what could possibly stay. But like I said, if you have not seen any footage of it yet, do not come to this video. Just click off of it. Go do whatever. Be productive. But if you already have seen it, or maybe you have indulged and you really don't care at this point, stay here and enjoy this video of me talking about World War II. And yeah. So let's get right into this video. I'm gonna bring the hat back for this one. Haven't worn the hat in a while. That was usually the little symbol or icon of these videos when I started. And I also really haven't worn it for a while. So I figured why not? Let's bring the old G Fuel hat back. Let's rock the greatest energy supplement company in the world. Look at me just brown nosing super hard. I mean, I don't even know how much more support I could show for these guys. I mean, I probably do know, but we're gonna keep it simple right now. Oh, speaking of G Fuel, they have a new flavor out and new labels, 3rd gen, so go pick it up, like right now. Like, leave this video, buy it, and then come back. Or watch this video and come back. I mean, hey, I'm not going to tell you how to live your life. You do you, boo-boo. Do whatever you want, but definitely pick it up. Okay, so I'm not exactly sure what happened, but before this next clip, some of the recording got messed up. So it kind of started a little bit ahead of what the actual original clip was going to be, so you might notice that. I do apologize, but still, I hope you do enjoy the video. It actually dropped a day early. It was supposed to drop last Friday. It was supposed to go live, and it was supposed to end. It ended yesterday at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. I think that's how it was said, or whatever. But it actually dropped a day early. It dropped Thursday instead of Friday, which was actually a really big shocker. It kind of threw me off guard, and it completely changed my plans around because I originally planned on waking up stupid early Friday to do my work, come home, and just play the crap out of the beta. But it dropped Thursday as I was leaving work, so I basically rushed home to start playing this beta, and I just have to say the beta was phenomenal. I mean, it's the truth when I say that I don't remember the last time that I was this hyped for a beta or actually played a beta this long, because when I played the Infinite Warfare beta, I really didn't play it for the time it was out just because there was just a whole bunch of issues, just especially partnering up with friends and trying to get into games. We couldn't get into games. We'd lose connection to servers or whatnot, and it was just a whole conundrum of problems with that beta. But with this beta, I did encounter a couple problems here and there, but it wasn't anything huge. Like, it wasn't consistent problem after problem after problem. For the whole weekend, or the whole time it was up, I basically had success getting into games and just playing, and it ran smooth. I mean, there was only 3 maps to play. I liked 2 out of the 3. The third one, which is Ardennes Forest, that one is complete ass. Now, it could just because it's a snow map, and I've never been good with snow maps on any Call of Duty game. There haven't been that many, but any snow map I've played, I've just been complete garbage. But the other 2 were Gibraltar, and I think it's pronounced Ponte du Hoc. I think it's French. I could be wrong. Don't, criticize the hell out of me. I mean, I don't know. I'm just saying how it looks. So, but I really like those 2 maps. They're both well, Ponte was very close quarters except for the outside of the map. That's where it got big. Gibraltar was wasn't so much close quarter, but a lot of hiding, a lot of tight corners, a lot of cover, but they were two very good maps. They both ran very well, in my opinion. Now, a lot of people say they didn't like them. I personally did enjoy them, especially Gibraltar. I enjoyed that one. That was my main one for Hardpoint and Team Deathmatch. That was a very good map. It's a good SMG map, believe it or not. Easy to flank guys. You can basically just go along the outside of the map, or just the far outside to the, I would say if you start, let's see, I'm trying to think of the spawns here. There's one spawn where you spawn near, see, like all these buildings. I can't remember, because there's one spawn where you can actually go through like a cave and come out, and you can actually come up from the side, or you can reach the back there. But there's also another spawn where it's not near the cave. If you spawn there, if you hook to the left, you could basically just flank around them, like a big, huge, just flank, and you can get it from behind. So it had a few good flanking areas. But Gibraltar, I thought, was a very good map. Weapons were very good. Basically, almost all of the SMGs were melt machines. And there's just a whole conundrum and stuff. I mean, this beta was really good. I mean, I couldn't, whether I did good or I was getting my cheeks clapped, I enjoyed it. I had fun, really. And that says a lot about a beta. I mean, they put time. They really did put time into this. And I think, my personal opinion, all the Xbox players, when they get to play it this weekend coming up, they're going to have a fun time with it. Just as there were many goods, there were also a few bads. One of the bads that I noticed when playing was the actual score streaks. It wasn't like what the score streaks were. It took so long to get them. I mean, the shortest scoring one is a Molotov cocktail, which I'm still kind of confused on why they made a Molotov cocktail a score streak and not just like they did in World at War and made it basically a lethal, like where you can have grenades, you can have a Molotov cocktail. But I mean, I'm not complaining about it, but I just kind of thought it was confusing as to why they'd make a Molotov cocktail a score streak. But hey, I don't make the game, I don't make the rules, so it's whatever. That was 300, and then next up was the Recon Plane, which was 500, which I noticed really took a long time to get. I mean, it's only it's 500 score, but it still felt like it just took forever. I mean, I know that's 5 kills, but still, I mean, it felt like it dragged on and on and on. And I mean, but it was, it was still good. Second, the ones I mainly used were Recon, Glide Bomb, and Artillery Barrage. Now the Glide Bomb, it's a little weird at first to control, because I think the left stick is to actually move around, and the right stick does a little bit, but I cannot remember. But that's a good sword streak. Artillery Barrage, that one's a bit iffy, because I mean, if you get it while the Recon Plane's still in the air, I mean, you can kind of get a pinpoint accuracy of where they're going to be. But I launched quite a few of them over the weekend, but I think I only got maybe 3 or 4 kills out of it. So I don't know, maybe they could possibly increase the speed of when the barrage comes in or whatnot. I mean, we'll just see. They are going to be doing a few more beta updates for the coming weekend, so there could be quite a bit. There's going to be quite a bit of new stuff coming. So I'm not going to complain too much, because it was weekend 1. There's going to be another one. They're looking at all the feedback. They actually do have lists of all the changes and stuff they're going to do. So I think come weekend 2, the beta, I think it might be even a little more better than what it was for weekend 1. As I said before, the SMGs were just straight cheek clappers. I mean, all the weapons were really good, but I noticed that the SMGs were very, just melt machines. I mean, there were times I was getting 2-tapped from a grease gun or a PPSH. But speaking of that, I did notice that, now the hype for the PPSH was real. Now, it is a good SMG, but I've noticed that actually the Type 100, and it's called the WWII 28, and if you see it, it's basically the MP18 from Battlefield 1. Those two are actually, those are the biggest melt machines. The Type 100, basically because, it's got little recoil and it's stupid accurate, and the WWII, because it has a higher firing rate, Although you do have to compensate for the recoil, which can be crazy. But if you throw a grip on there, it's not too bad. It kind of senses a little bit of a change in it, but still, and it actually seems like throwing the suppressor on an SMG actually does help a little bit. I noticed. I didn't think it would, but most of the times I was running suppressor on an SMG, and I mean I was actually doing very well. I mean, finishing top leaderboards and stuff like that. So, I mean, SMGs are really good. Now, they didn't have very many for the other classes, like for the rifles and the shotguns and the sniper rifles, but they mainly focused on SMGs, and they did add the 1911, which is stupid good, believe it or not, really good. And for rifles, they had the M1914 or M1918, which on that's pretty good. Not too bad at recoil, can be accurate. Although I don't like the iron sights. If you do end up getting a different sight, I would recommend slapping that on there because the iron sight's kind of iffy. It's not bad, but nah, wasn't my thing. M1 Garand 2-shot kill. I mean, it's like if you're using the Sheva from Bow 3. I mean, it's a 2-shot kill basically anywhere. See the last one. Oh, the STG-44. The STG-44. That is also a melt machine. I mean, you could basically just use that throughout the whole entire game, and you really don't need anything else. And it does work based on all the maps. I mean, I tested it out on Ardennes Forest, Ponte du Hoc, and Gibraltar, and it worked really good. I also recommend using the lens sight on it if you want. I mean, the iron sight is good, but I noticed using the lens sight, I was a little bit more accurate, and basically just turning on people, and it hurt. It hurt. I can't talk. See, I'm very excited about this beta, but the SCG is a stupid melt machine. I mean, I think at a couple points I was pulling out 5 and 6 mans. I mean, just turning on fools with this thing. It's good. It's really good. So I'd recommend using the STG-44. Now for LMGs, they had 3. They had the MG-18, or it's the MG-15. I think it's 15. They had the Bren. And what was the other one? I can't think of the other one. Oh, it was the Lewis gun. There we go, Lewis gun, or you can call it the plate gun, the pizza gun, because the ammo can looks like a plate or a pizza. You can call it what you will. Now, of course, LMGs, they're a little bit of slow firing rate, but they do have good power. Also, slow reload. They do have instead of like perks, they have what's called I call them basic training ribbons. And they're basically perks, but they have one called Hustle where you can reload faster, which I kind of noticed a little bit of a difference when using the LMGs, but not too much. I mean, it was still kind of slow, but it was quite a bit faster. But now for those, I would say iron sights are pretty good too. Although I would recommend probably putting a sight on the Lewis gun, just because if you look down the sight with that thing, it's basically like this metal rectangle with a little line about like that. So that one's kind of hard. I mean, your vision's a little bit your peripherals are kind of limited with using that one, but it's still a pretty good LMG. I didn't mind using it. And but yeah, so far the weapons are pretty good, pretty well balanced. I would say maybe the SMGs could get a little bit of a buff, because those are just, oh my god, everybody was running it. Everybody and their mother was running an SMG, but they were really good, so I really don't blame them. Sniper rifles, we had the Commonwealth bolt action. That one's very powerful. It's basically a one-hit kill, honestly. I mean, and it's really good with the 4x optic. Now, obviously, with the scope, you can see farther, but I noticed I was doing better with the 4x optic because I could actually see a lot more and whatnot. So that's basically, it's self-explanatory. It's a one-shot hit kill. The other one was a semi-auto. I can't think of the name of it right now, so sorry. I didn't use it much, really. I tried to use it, but it was a no-go for me, so I just kind of, drifted away from it. For shotties, or shotguns if you're not up with the hip lingo of today's society, they had the usual trench gun, like you remember from World at War. They had that one. They had a double barrel. I think it was called the Luftwaffe or something like that. I can't remember. And then they had a toggle action, which was semi-auto. Now, with their division class, which is the Expeditionary Unit, or Expeditionary Division, however you want to call it, They get incendiary rounds, which basically dragon's breath. They shoot fire. Now those are, I mean, they can't get any more OP than that. I mean, it's self-explanatory. You light someone on fire with a shotgun shell. I mean, it's just a one-hit kill. Although I will say, the one-hit kill doesn't happen all the time. I did experience a little bit to where I would shoot someone close range with it, and I would still have to fire another round because they didn't die right away. I mean, it's a shotgun, you know, close range, it has more power, but like I said, they'll probably fix that issue, so on and so forth. So, and that's really about it for all the weapons. The weapons were really good. I like the selection that they had just for the beta. Although I was also kind of confused on why they include the Type 100, because a lot of you who know the Type 100 is actually was a Japanese submachine gun back in World War II. It wasn't American, it wasn't German, but oh well, it was good. I enjoyed using it. I went on some pretty good streaks with it, so I'm not going to complain too much. So now I'm going to talk about the divisions, the different divisions in this game. So we have infantry, airborne, mountain, expeditionary, and armor division. There we go. I almost forgot. So we got 5 different divisions. Each division has their own little special abilities as you rank up. Like for example, the very common one, the airborne division, it gives you the ability to attach a suppressor to an SMG. Now that's just SMGs only, but what a lot of people are confused on is they thought that, oh well, since it's SMGs only, that they're only going to be able to use SMGs with that division. That is incorrect. You can have an airborne division class setup, and you can use whatever weapon you want. But what it means is that, say you have the M1 Garand and an airborne division class setup, you can't put a suppressor on that weapon. Now the other abilities that you unlock, you will still be able to use. You just can't put a suppressor on SMG unless you have an SMG. So there was a whole lot of confusion with that. So it's been cleared up many times, but just for another clear up measure, it just means that you can only put suppressors on SMG, but you can use whatever weapon you want. Now it's kind of backwards with well, not backwards, but it is kind of like with the infantry division. You can use whatever weapon you want. But one of the perks is you get a rifle bayonet. Now that's only for the rifle, so that's M1 Garand, that's the M1914 and the STG44. They're the only ones that get a bayonet. But one of the perks is when you level up is you can have 3 attachments. Now you can do that with any weapon. I mean, just any weapon you want. So if you want to run an SMG with 3 attachments, go ahead. That's on you. So yes, there's each division has their own little special ability. In the first level, the rank 1, I guess you could call it. For infantry, it's the bayonet. Airborne, you can put a suppressor. Expeditionary is the incendiary rounds for a shotgun. Shotguns only. You can't do it with anything else. It's just like with airborne infantry and their first level perks. You can't use fire rounds in a LMG. I mean, would that be cool? Yeah, but there'd be a lot of complaining on that one. So, it's good we don't, use incendiary rounds with a LMG or anything else that's fully auto, because I think then maybe a lot of people wouldn't want to play the beta. But getting off topic, so let's go back. So now, mountain division, that's sniping. You get a sharpshooter bonus. I haven't looked much into that, so I'm not going to talk a whole lot on the sharpshooter bonus. I think it just gives you like extra points. I don't remember. And for armor division, you get a bipod for your light machine gun, so you can actually place it on a ledge or whatever, and you can actually be a little more accurate. I actually didn't try that out. I might try it out this coming weekend when the beta is live again, so I'll probably do that. Maybe give more feedback on that, let you guys know how that works out. Obviously, it's going to make you more accurate because it's stable and it's not, you're not holding it in hand, and that recoil is not affecting you so bad. So it's going to give you more accuracy. That one's given, but then as you level each division, I mean, you'll unlock other abilities. Like, for example, for mountain, I think level 3 you can take less fire damage. Level 4 you take less fall damage. Airborne, I think level 4 or 3 you can run faster and farther. So it's just a whole conundrum. And what I noticed is that level 5 is a classified weapon now, since this is the beta. Maybe they'll have it in weekend 2, but in weekend 1 they had it to where we couldn't. The level cap was 4, and the level cap for like actually ranking up was 25. I heard they might increase it for this weekend, so who knows. I'm really looking forward to weekend 2 and some of the changes that they're going to be making. So it's going to be interesting, especially for the for you Xbox players who chose to watch this video. If you've already seen some footage, or maybe you haven't and you just want to indulge. So here I am just spilling the beans. You're welcome. I'm sure there's a whole lot more I could cover and go over. I can't think of the top of my head right now, but all I can say is that for me personally, this beta actually revived my drive to play Call of Duty, because for a while there I just basically almost had no drive to do it. I mean, unless of course I'm playing with a friend, that's a whole different story, but this beta I actually played with friends, but also played by myself. Now before I wouldn't, if I played by myself, like say IW or WWII, I would only play a couple matches or so and then just get off. No, not because I was doing terrible, but just because I was just, you know, sick of the play style. I mean, it just, you get burnt out after a while when you have people jumping 20 feet over your head and doing reverse wall runs, and then they decide to kill you while they're, I don't know, hovering to damn outer space. So I just got tired of it. I just got tired of that play style. I just got tired of playing Grasshopper Simulator, and I just got sick of it. But then this beta dropped and that completely changed it. So my drive to play has increased. I do plan on grinding this game once it fully releases. You best believe that. You best believe my life is going to be bye-bye, because your boy Ginge here is going to be grinding hard and clapping cheeks on this full release. So I just rhymed. Look at that. I should be a rapper. No, I'm just kidding. But like I said, there's probably more I could go over. There's a load I could go over, but I'll probably just leave out some details. Just leave those out. Let you guys experience it. If you haven't played it yet, I'm sure most of you probably have, because it was PS4 exclusive. But this weekend it will be Xbox One and PS4. So you Xbox One guys will get your chance to play it. It's a really fun beta. I think you'll love it. I mean, I love it. The friends I played with, they love it. So it's a great beta, and I truly believe that this game will revive the Call of Duty community, because it's been going down a deep hole there for a while. Hopefully this game will be the one to bring it out of that hole into the light. So I think I'll end this video right here. If you did enjoy this video, leave a like, comment, and subscribe for more. And tell me in the comment section below what you liked most about the beta, if you did play it. If you have not, just look forward to a great beta. Now this is just all opinions, so I mean, you'll have your opinion once you play it. But that will do it, and I will see you guys later.